Karen Bass and Rick Caruso are frontrunners in the LA mayoral race that will decide the successor to Eric Garcetti. The top two finishers in the June 7th nonpartisan primary will proceed to the November general election. Gennaro Molina, Los Angeles Times. Getty Images. Myung-Jae Chun, Los Angeles Times via Getty Images, Adobe Stock. Share this article on Facebook. Share this article on Twitter. Share this article on email. Show additional share options. Share this article on print. Share this article on comment. Share this article on WhatsApp. Share this article on LinkedIn. Share this article on Reddit. Share this article on Pinit. Share this article on Tumblr. With the June 7th California primaries fast approaching, Hollywood already is awash with fundraisers for frontrunners in the Los Angeles mayoral race. "I've never seen something crazier in my entire life," says Rick Caruso supporter Jay Shures. Hollywood, it's broken down. You have Rick Caruso supporters. You have Karen Bass supporters, and then you have undecided supporters who are going to end up voting for Rick. Longtime Bass supporter Ellen Goldsmith-Vane has this take on the issues at play. Both inside and outside of the industry, people are angry and afraid that they are going to lose their city to crime and homelessness. They are also upset about the inhumanity they see every day on the streets. Most of the people I know in the industry support Karen Bass. BlogHerAds.adq. Push function. BlogHerAds. Define slot, Medrec, GPT article mid-article UID 0. Set targeting, POS, mid-article 1, mid-article X, mid-article. Set sub-ad unit path, ROS, mid-article. Ad size, 300,250, 2, 300,251, 620,350, 2, 4, 2. Semicolon. Closing curly bracket closing parenthesis semicolon. This industry split mimics recent general polls, which show six-term Democratic Congresswoman Bass virtually even with political newcomer, developer Caruso, a former Republican who's now a Democrat. The mayoral primary includes all parties, with the top two winners going on to compete in the November general. Joe Biscayno, left, Mike Feuer and Gina Viola. Tommaso Badi, Getty Images. Myung-Jae Chun, Los Angeles Times, Getty Images, courtesy of Subject. LA City Council member Kevin De Leon was running a distant third in an early April UC Berkeley poll, with LA City Attorney Mike Feuer and community organizer Gina Viola polling at 2% or less. While De Leon boasts such supporters as Frank Gehry, most of Hollywood appears to be rallying around either the progressive, political insider base or the moderate, business-oriented Caruso. Netflix's Ted Sarandos, Disney's Dana Walden, CAA's Brian Lord as well as Scooter Braun are Caruso supporters, while Endeavor's Ari Emanuel, Showtime's David Nevins and ICM's Chris Silberman are backing Bass. On Thursday, mayoral candidate LA City Council member Joe Biscayno dropped out of the race and endorsed Caruso. "I think the buzz about this mayoral race is that it is the public servant versus the business tycoon," says casting director and Bass supporter Vanessa Spencer. "Many people in Hollywood who love shiny objects and a good classic Hollywood tale of the White Knight are all in on Rick, and many of those folks will feel good about voting for him because he changed his party affiliation. Now, anyone with a bit of savvy knows he had to do that to get anyone in Hollywood are bigwig to support him, especially publicly. But let's be real, Rick does not have a true bleeding heart for a Democratic agenda or even progressive policies that LA needs right now if we are going to grow as a city." BlogHerAds.adq. Push function. BlogHerAds. Define slot, Medrec, GPTDSK tab mid-article 2 UID 1. Set targeting, POS, mid-article 2, mid-article X. Set sub-ad unit path, ROS, mid-article 2. Ad size, 300,250, 300,251, 620,350, 2, 4, 2. Semicolon. Closing curly bracket closing parenthesis semicolon. High-profile crimes, including the brutal murder of Jacqueline Avant and LA's crisis of the unhoused, are at the forefront of many industry voters' minds. We know that we are on a precipice, whether we lose the City of Angels or whether we save it, says Caruso supporter Irena Medavoy, who counted Avant as a friend. I want to be really honest with you. The Hollywood community wants to feel safe. When people we know are being murdered and robbed, we've never seen this. So if you are paying the highest taxes, where does it go? Medavoy and many Caruso supporters feel he will be tougher on crime and point to his promise to support the recall of District Attorney George Gascon, who is under attack by critics as being soft on crime. Base boosters, meanwhile, believe her approach is more nuanced and will be more effective. What I appreciate about Ms. Bass is that while she understands the sentiment of defund the police, which is a horrible slogan, she is clear that we need to reallocate some of those funds and refund other programs to aid the police and communities, Spencer says. Base supporter Hannah Linkenhecker, chief engagement officer of entertainment law firm Johnson Shapiro, also worries Caruso's more hardline stance could marginalize already suffering communities. I just believe that we can have a fair justice system and also have a safe city. I personally believe Karen Wilk know how to straddle both of those priorities. I have a lot of concerns about having a major pendulum swing in the opposite direction just when we've started to turn a corner on criminal justice reform. Base with actress Yvette Nicole Brown, right, at a March 22 Oscars event hosted by Emily's List, which backs female candidates who support abortion rights. Araya Doheny, Getty Images. Personal relationships with the candidates also have helped sway many insiders' preferences, including Caruso supporter Brian Grazer. He's organizationally strong, really strong. He makes every deadline on every project he's ever done, Grazer says. I'm on the board of USC, and I saw how he immediately volunteered himself to be the temporary chairman of the board. And he succeeded on every level very quickly during a moment in time for USC where they needed him. BlogHerAds.adq. Push, function. BlogHerAds. Define slot, medrec, GPTTHR article mid-article XUID2. Set targeting, POS, BTF, mid-article X, mid. Set sub-ad unit path, ROS, mid-article X. Ad size, 300,250, 300,251, 620,350. Set lazy load multiplier, 2. Semicolon. Closing curly bracket closing parenthesis semicolon. Sure similarly touts Caruso for his business skills. There's so much bureaucracy just to get a streetlight replaced on your street. It's outrageous. Sure says. It should be simple. Just look at the properties that he's built. They're all so well run, they look beautiful. They're diverse. They have so many different types of people that go to them and they're user-friendly. I think that's what he wants to do for our city. Count Tiffany Haddish, though, on Team Bass. Karen is right for the job because as long as I've known her, she's always been a woman of her word, says Haddish. She cares about children and homelessness, and she does a lot of things to resolve those issues. She also does a lot of work with foster youth, getting them motivated and helping them be productive citizens. Hollywood supporters also tout their preferred candidate as being better for the entertainment industry. She was a big supporter of the film and TV tax credit program when she was in the assembly, says Linkenhecker of Bass. She's been great to work with on issues like clients having passport issues. She's always really supportive, but Caruso fans believe that his promises to streamline and loosen the permitting process will bring more production back to Los Angeles. People are leaving. He's not going to let them leave, Medavoy says. We have a state and a city that used to be the golden place for shooting, and people want to stay home and be with their families. We have the north, we have the desert, we have the mountains, we have everything. And we're not able to shoot here because it's too expensive, says Caruso in a statement to The Hollywood Reporter about his support of Hollywood. LA is the entertainment capital of the world, and I'm going to work with industry leadership to make sure that never changes. I'm deeply grateful for the strong and growing support I have been getting from community. As Mayor, I will constantly focus on giving the industry the tools to grow, create more jobs and bring back filming to our great city. BlogHerAds.adq. Push, function. BlogHerAds. Define slot, medrec, GPTTHR article mid-article XUID3. Set targeting, POS, BTF, mid-article X, mid. Set sub-ad unit path, ROS, mid-article X. Ad size, 300,250, 300,251, 620,350. Set lazy load multiplier, 2. Semicolon. Closing curly bracket closing parenthesis semicolon. Bass, in her own statement to THR, says, "The entertainment industry is the beating heart of our city's economy, and it's what's made Los Angeles such an iconic destination. That's why I've led on these issues, one example being when I was Speaker of California's State Assembly, I led passage of California's Film and Television Tax Credit, which saved and created thousands of jobs in our city by incentivizing the entertainment industry to hire and film in our state. As mayor, I will build on that record and do everything in my power to strengthen and protect the entertainment industry, growing our city's extraordinary cultural reach." She specifies that she will create a new, real estate division to expedite the development of more soundstage spaces and post-production facilities across Los Angeles, partner with Film LA, to make city properties across LA available for filming, work with neighborhoods to encourage production, while respecting residents' quality of life, and keep working to diversify the industry. She adds, "Before I was in public office and I was working at Community Coalition, I supported programs that are still around today working to diversify below-the-line trades in the industry. As mayor, I want to ensure young people in neighborhoods across the city are exposed to opportunities within the industry and equipped with the skills for successful careers." The May 2 seismic leak of a Supreme Court draft decision overturning Roe v. Wade also has injected heat into the race. Pro-choice base released a strongly worded statement calling it an example of powerful men deciding only they should make life and death decisions over women's lives. Caruso also takes a pro-choice stance and released a statement condemning the draft decision. But according to Los Angeles Times reporter Julia Wick, he has made donations to pro-life politicians in the past. As Wick notes, in a 2007 Los Angeles Magazine profile, journalist Ed Leibowitz wrote of Caruso, he says he opposes abortion in most cases but would support some stem cell research. Additionally, Planned Parenthood called on Caruso to apologize for prior donations to anti-choice politicians. A spokesman for Caruso says, he has always supported Roe v. Wade. Caruso also tweeted that he supports passage of a constitutional amendment to enshrine a woman's right to choose in our state's constitution, and that he will form a California PAC, with initial support of $100,000, to lobby for such an BlogHerAds.adq. Push, function. BlogHerAds. Define slot, medrec, GPTTHR article mid-article XUID4. Set targeting, POS, BTF, mid-article X, mid. Set sub-ad unit path, ROS, mid-article X. Ad size, 300,250, 300,251, 620,350. Set lazy load multiplier, 2. Semicolon. Closing curly bracket closing parenthesis semicolon. From left. Gwyneth Paltrow, Caruso and designer Jennifer Meyer at an event at the developer's Palisades Village Retail Center in 2018. In March, Paltrow, Threewa Caruso fundraiser. Stephanie Keenan, Getty Images. The political money scene has been active as well. Schurz threw a fundraiser for Caruso on February 23, while Gwyneth Paltrow held her own Caruso event in March. On the Bass side, Tracee Ellis Ross hosted an online talk with Bass, while J.J. Abrams and Katie McGrath have donated $250,000 to Communities United for Bass. Matching Democratic power player Jeffrey Katzenberg's $250,000 donation. But no donations can match what billionaire Caruso has given himself. According to The Real Deal, Caruso has spent $22 million of his own fortune on the race. However, at the end of April, Base had the edge in fundraising, raising $1 million. Since January, while Caruso raised $570,000. Supporters also praised the candidate's personal qualities. Longtime Caruso friend Medavoy says, "It's not about the ego for this guy," she says. "You actually have a man of service. He really does have faith. He really does go to church every Sunday," while Goldsmith Vane says of Base, "She is sincere, what you see is what you get. A thoughtful, dedicated and passionate public servant with a great sense of humor." No matter what side Hollywood insiders fall on, there is a general consensus that this is an election of monumental importance. One way or another, we need dramatic change, Grazer says. And we have to do it quickly. You may like FedEx Express Carix Kai Radab Lok T Kwang Kill FedEx Express. Sponsored Undo Hero Wars. Play now in your browser. Hero Wars. Sponsored Undo BMW. Thailand Pen Sekung BWWX1 Denge PHXN Ream Tennessee Feeing 5499 Bath Asterisk Dune BMW Thailand. Sponsored Undo Nissan Cobb Sbay Shum Tex Babe Re Say Sadwuk Sbay Snuck Babe Mimi Sadid Nissan. Sponsored Undo Top Expat Insurance Quotes. Expat living in Thailand without health insurance. Top expat insurance quotes. Sponsored Undo Stronka Seb Kea Mi Saying Kea Dang XB Cabe. Kea Tungta Shui Stronka. Sponsored Undo. If -1 == document. Cookie. Index of scroll 0 smiley face. Window. _tabula equals window. _tabula. Window.pmc _tabula _modules equals window.pmc _tabula _modules. Window _tabula. Push mode. Thumbnails A3x2 container. Tabula below article thumbnails news page. Placement. Below article thumbnails news page. Target _type. Mix. Window.pmc _tabula _modules. Push. Rendered. True. Closing curly bracket closing parenthesis semicolon. Closing curly bracket.